Who thinks observability will fix their monitoring? Okay, I'm done. See you. For the past 15 years, I've been trying to help organizations improve their infrastructure, improve their deployment, and I run into a bunch of things. And every couple of years, there's this new hype. Docker, yay, Kube, yeah. And now it's observability. Everybody's doing this, right? Everybody's trying to fix their monitoring, and so, not really. So I helped a lot of people trying to change. And one of those groups was a large government organization where they had a bunch of people doing really good monitoring, but they weren't really happy. I mean, they had no automation, they didn't know where the monitoring was coming from. Their tool was good, but they were out of the information loop. So people were decommissioning things and they just didn't realize. And management says, let's fix this. We want observability. We want this new tool which is really going to help us. So let's start from scratch. We've got this whole new container infrastructure and we're going to use Prometheus to fix this problem. So they spent about a year focusing on the new stack. And their plan was to migrate the old monitoring later. So guess what happened? 18 months later, the old tool was still the primary alerting tool. And now they had a second tool to manage rather than just one. Did they do real observability? So another year later, they actually had an unmaintained Prometheus setup. And you'd think this is like the one case. The funny thing is, I gave this talk in Berlin a couple of months ago, and one customer came up to me and said, hey, that's our story. It's like, no, it's not you, it's actually somebody else, but now that you mention, it does look like you. So, what about observability? Well, we used to have metrics long-term. Now we have them probably for a couple of weeks. We used to have logs. We used to have all of those things. And I think we regressed as a community. Like, take a step back and why do we really want observability? Because we have problems, because we really want to know our applications, or because Gartner told us? Like, I really hope nobody has that reason, although there are. And if you want to get to that point, really, I think the first thing we really need to do is fix our monitoring. Like, do it from a single source of truth so you know what you're monitoring, you know what you're looking at, and keep that monitoring part green. Don't let those false positives in there. And the second thing is, like, fix your metrics. I mean, I'm pretty sure you don't ship all the logs you think you need. You probably are missing out on metrics. You probably have broken dashboards. I mean, we doesn't. So why do you really want to take observability in there? What are you trying to do? Is this management? Is this the ops folks? Is it the developers? Get them in one room, get them together, ask them what's really hurting, and get them to work together. Like, this is the thing we've been saying about DevOps for 15 plus years. And then, what is still missing? Probably nothing. I mean, if you got monitoring, logs, metrics, the last part, the traces, maybe. So start with figuring out what stack is going to work for you, figure out how to deploy it, figure out how to monitor that, how to measure it, and learn from that. And then build dashboards for the people that use them. Don't fall into the vendor traps. There's no such thing as magic orchestration. Listen to your developers. If they say it won't work, it won't. You will need to change your applications if you really want to learn from this. And the internet says the same. But vendors will try to scam you into buying something that you don't need, which you don't want. There is no magic. And then there's a bunch of pitfalls. You are going to DDoS yourself. You are going to get way too many metrics you care about. You're going to get all the logs in there. You're going to flood your disks. You're going to kill your long-term storage. You do not want to trace all the things because you're going to flood yourself. The thing is, first fix your monitoring and then start thinking about what are you going to gain from observability. But just blindly installing a new tool is not going to help you further. I'm Kris Buytaert. I started DevOps Days. I started Config Management Camp. I started Inuit and Ollie. I'm here for the rest of the 2 days. If you want to discuss all things metrics and observability with me, you know where to find me.